And to end our trifecta, the Fox and the Hound. So, I'm going to go first because I feel like you have a lot more to say about the movie than I do. So let me get my thoughts out of the way. It's fine. This, to me, I went into being like, yeah, Fox and the Hound, the last time I saw it, I loved it. It's this really emotional, power of friendship kind of story. Yeah. I didn't feel it this time. I guess I kind of realized, wait a second, these two don't interact a whole lot as friends. It's like a couple scenes, like the scenes are fine, but it felt a lot less tragic than I thought it was supposed to. Because it always felt like this tragedy, and this time it was like, not really. The real tragedy is the poor woman who adopts Todd, and then, she just loves her pet. And then she's like, my neighbor's crazy. He's going to kill him. He tried to, barge into my house and kill him. I have to give him up to keep him safe. That part is heartbreaking.
And even that part didn't work out so much.
We'll get to that.
But, okay.
But it's like, I felt that, and then it's like, the thing that puts Copper over the edge is Chief gets hit by a train chasing Todd, because Chief didn't get out of the way, and Chief was overall fine. I think I read he was originally supposed to die in the movie. He's going to die at that point. Which then Copper being like, oh, this is my fault. If I had done what I was supposed to do, Chief would still be alive. This is on me. I have to do this. Would have made more sense.
And it would have made the hunter a bit more sympathetic, where it's like, the fox got my dog killed.
But it is just like, okay, so Chief got hurt, but seems fine. But Copper's like, nope! I'm gonna get you for this, Todd! I'm gonna forgive you! I'm like,
I do think, to be fair, when he said that, he thought Chief had
Which is true, but even later, he's still
going after him.
He is hard going after him. Copper's an asshole!
I mean, to be fair, I think in the original book, the dog did die in that scene.
I think so. The original book's that. I've never read the book, but it just sounds like it is happy times. The family picture.
Like the scene where the hunter sets the den on fire, but they've already had their kids by then, and the wife and the kids die in the fire. Family picture.
See, the hunter... the moments when he's with
Uncle
his dogs... Uncle Joe.
That's
right. Yeah, from Charlie the Chocolate Factory. When he's with his dogs, it does humanize him, and it's he can actually be kind of likable. But he's just and you understand why he has an issue with the fox. He's like, okay,
the fox was in.
I saw this fox. He was chasing my chickens. That's bad. This is a varmint who has specifically messed with my stuff. So when he's chasing him, he was trying to shoot him, okay, I understand what happened, but let's be reasonable. Let's not hate the... And then he sees Todd in the woman's car, and behind her, and he's still shooting, okay, you lost all potential empathy because you're just crazy.
You could have killed her.
And then he basically makes it known that, I know this is your pet! I'm still gonna murder it. What's wrong with you? You wanna see a temper, woman? The bear's cool. I like the bear. Seeing him get his leg caught in a bear trap. Immensely satisfying.
His leg.
I kind of wish the bear had killed him.
I think it does. I can't. It's been a while since I've read the book.
No, I'm pretty sure he survives. He euthanizes Copper at the end of the book.
I think he does. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, that bear's fucking scary though.
The bear's great.
It just comes out of nowhere and it's just got fucking blood red eyes, and it's just gigantic and it's fucking knocking people around.
Look, the bear's always saying with a slap.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, he was just being a friendly
neighbor. You've got the two birds. Maybe I have more to say about this movie than I thought I did. The two birds, I actually really enjoyed. I thought they were funny. I thought they were fun.
There he is. Get him. I got him.
It's fine.
Like, Todd's fine.
I like Todd, Mickey Rooney, and Kurt Russell. Like, I thought I was going to like this movie a lot more than I actually did. I think it is kind of a C-tier movie, having rewatched it. But I know you disagree, so the floor is yours.
I really like this movie. I do think that there are some problems with it. I like the relationship between Todd and Copper is not nearly as developed as I would have liked. But I think the animation's pretty alright. I like Big Mama. You know, I like the birds. I do like Todd and Copper, though I feel like I like Copper a little bit more.
Okay.
Because it feels like Todd does not have much of a personality until he's left on his own in the nature preserve. Mm-hmm. In which case, his personality is Twitter page. Because he's going after that Vixen.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Vixen. He's trying. And it was at that point that we got kind of a personality. You know, he's a bit snarky. You know, he's like, you know...
He's a bit of a goofball. He's a dork.
He's a dork.
That is what he is. He is a dork. Sorry, I just had Gintama flashback.
But I will say that I do like this movie more than you. I did grow up watching this quite a bit. Yeah, the hunter is kind of insane. But I like how the widow just does not take his shit. It's like, he fucking shoots at her car. She fucking slams on the brake, walks over, grabs the gun out of his hands, just fucking blows into his radiator. And he's just like, my radiator, you dang blasted female! And she's just like, don't you fucking step any closer.
Yeah, he's like, my gun's loaded! I know!
Yeah, I like her a lot. I think I like Copper. The Chief is fine. I do like a little bit of subtle writing with his character where it's like, okay, so the whole incident with the train happens after they get back from the hunting trip, where it's clear that Copper has exceeded him.
Yes.
Has succeeded him. He's sitting in the front of the car while Chief's in the back. Chief just didn't do as well as Copper, and he's just getting really jealous of him. And so when he sees the fox again, it felt like this is his
redemption.
It's him trying to redeem himself and trying to be accepted again in his master's eyes. And that's why he's going fucking ham, and that zealousness is what gets him injured and nearly killed. I like that little bit of subtle writing there, that little subtle storytelling.
And after he gets injured, he's like, I am gonna milk this because I just want love and attention. I'm
in the house next to the stove. I'm getting good food because I was living in a barrel before. So I'm gonna milk this. I like the subtlety with his characters. The bear is great. That's such a good climax. And yeah, like that little scene at the end where it's like, yeah, like Copper protects Todd and the hunter's just like, alright.
Yeah, because if that didn't happen, he still would have killed Todd anyways, even though Todd, risked his life to fight off the bear. It is the only reason the hunter survived. Because after the widow took him into a game preserve, specifically to keep him safe, the hunter went into the game preserve and was setting up bear trap. Man, I really hate this guy.
Yeah, Uncle Joe was an asshole, man.
I mean, you could argue he was an asshole in Charlie the Chocolate Factory, too. It's like, wait a second! A trip? All of a sudden it healed!
Highly suspect, Grandpa Joe. Highly suspect. And also, he did get Charlie in trouble. Because he's the one who's like,
oh, fidgy lifting drinks.
Come on, nobody will notice. Clearly they did.
You stole fizzy lifting drink!
You touched the ceiling, which now has to be cleaned.
Etc., because there's only half of the contract.
Yeah, I love it. But anyway.
Back to the F and the H.
I would say it's a B-tier movie. It's definitely a solid
Really? Because yesterday you were like, I'm going to put this movie in S tier.
Yeah, but then I was thinking about it, it's like, there are problems with this movie. I feel like if they maybe added like 20 minutes with the young kids and then
Which is weird! No, I'm sorry, because I remember before we watched it, it was like an hour and 23 minutes. I was like, yeah, this is one of the longer ones.
Yeah.
Where did that time go? I guess it was just with the birds doing their comedy routine.
Yeah. So it's like maybe if we shifted a little bit of that over to building their relationship, it wouldn't have felt as weird.
Yeah, I think that would have made it a much.
And
better.
Also, if they had actually stuck with killing the dog, because it's like, it's not like Disney doesn't like killing characters.
But
like
one thing I have
Buffy's
noticed,
mom.
I don't think that's happened a whole lot in these early films. Like, even killing the antagonist. We've had the stepmother, Maleficent, like the stepmother from Snow White,
yeah,
from Cinderella. But, like, the Queen, Maleficent, that's it. There's, like, an implication with Madame Medusa, with Brutus and Nero, like, snapping at her, but, like, Cruella's fine, Tremaine is fine, Hook is fine, every villain in Pinocchio is fine.
They get away with it, even.
So it's like, yeah, like, characters don't really die a whole lot in the early movies.
Yeah. And then you got Lion... That might be why Lion King was so infamous.
So. You're like, oh.
They actually had the balls to do that. But yeah, it's like, I think it's definitely not an S-rank movie thinking about it.
But it went all the way down to B.
Yeah, I feel like it really is just that part where it's like, because I thought their relationship was more built up before, like, them becoming enemies. Mm-hmm. I thought it was, and it's not. And it's like, thinking about it, that is a really big problem with the movie. Because they have, like, 2 scenes.
That's what's like a Fox the Hound 2, baby, when they become, you know, the Broadway or whatever.
Oh my goodness. But, yeah, so, B tier for me, C tier for you.
Yeah.
But next
is the BC, the Black Cauldron, which you have never seen, and is a childhood classic for me. That is a Halloween special, and I am so excited for us to watch it tonight.
Oh, God.
Oh, we'll see you after the Black Cauldron.